Scorpio, welcome to your weekly general reading with me, Adrian Nelson, your psychic tarot reader. In this reading, we are going to focus on your life purpose and specifically pertaining to, the good side, the side we all want, the side we all like. Remember, this is a general reading, so please take it as it resonates. And if you maybe want to get sort of more body or understanding around this, you might like to check out the other readings that are recently done for you as well. Your October reading, your love reading of last week. There's a 2023 one coming. There's a November one coming. And if you want to know when the reading for you is going live, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and you will be notified. All right. Short, simple, sweet. Okay, so Scorpius, we are going to use the OSHO Zen Tarot first of all to check where you currently are, what are the direct influences there, and what is it that the universe would like to communicate to you. Then we're going to clarify with tarot, end up with a message from the universe, and I would really appreciate it if you would stay with this video from beginning to end, because it definitely helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, let's see where you're currently at. If any of you are interested in learning to read the tarot, there's links in the descriptions for my courses. Do check it out. First couple of lessons are free. Let's see, Scorpio, please. Okay, where you at? So it seems like things were going well and then they were not going so well. Maybe some very sudden changes that took place there for you, Scorpio. And not necessarily the nicest changes either. Probably things that you might not even wish upon your worst enemies could be transpiring for some of you. They were flowering in reverse. It almost seems like there might be, when people speak of their life purpose, they typically speak about the good stuff. So it seems like everything seemed wonderful, everything seemed hunky-dory, this was the opportunity, this is what you were working towards, this is what you wanted to have all of your life, and it turned out to be the direct opposite of that, which can be such a draining sort of thing to happen. We're going to have a look when we clarify a little bit deeper for you. But before we go there, let's see what is the direct influence for that. Why did that transpire in the first place? Why did it happen? What is the reason? What is the reason? A lot of jumpers happening for you, moment to moment. Okay? So I feel that you were really present, that you were, doing the good stuff, focusing on your mindset, focusing on your energy, maybe meditating, doing your affirmations, your vision boards, your meditation, whatever you've been doing. You've been doing it really, really well. The question is, did you stop? Because remember, when you change, everything else changes as well. Life takes its cue from you. And then what happens sometimes, we say that, well, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for those things. I had time for them when I wasn't doing X, Y, and Z. But it is the things that you've done that have taken you into X, Y, and Z. And now that you're having X, Y, and Z, you're saying, well, I can't do it now. And that's when things begin to change for you, I don't know who initially said that, but there is that very sort of, often referred to verse that if you don't have time to meditate for 10 minutes, it means that you need to meditate for an hour. All right, let's see what is the universe saying to you. We're going to clarify. Don't worry, don't get stressed, don't get overwhelmed. We're going to see everything there for you, my Scorpius. What is it that the universe wants you to know? And I get that I must get you two cards, one from the top and one from the bottom. Okay, not bad in the slightest. You got understanding and integration. All right, so sorry, this is one of those examples where we feel trapped, but it's by realizing that you're feeling trapped that you also realize that it's time to open yourself to new possibilities. So speak to the universe, speak to life. Don't pretend that you are happy with something that you're not happy with. There's this whole thing going around, especially with sort of like manifestation, coaching or whatever, that you just have to be so damn happy all the time. My house just burned down, but you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so grateful that at least I still have a yard, I still have a piece of land, or my whole house burned down, but I'm so grateful. And I mean, it makes sense, but I'm so grateful that at least nobody got hurt. And yes, you want to be grateful for those things, But you can be grateful for the things that you are grateful for, but it doesn't mean that you have to put a plaster on the things that require stitches, you know. Be careful of what I call bubblegum spirituality, you know. Everything is just forever so love and light. We live on planet Earth, and planet Earth is a wild place, you know, and you want to live in the reality of the moment. Let's clarify that influence there and see that direct influence, that moment to moment. Because even though things are a bit flipping in a different direction, I still feel them being very good and very positive, you know. So in a sense, I almost feel like you got what you'd like to get. It's just that there's some room for improvement, and those improvements, I feel that are actually meant to come from you, all right? Because you are the one that is so affected by things. It's also life trying to say to you, like, yo, Scorpio, you can make a change here in things. You've got it within your power to bring about change. Do not underestimate yourself, you know. My favorite saying, just because you don't see the solution doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Open yourself for it to come towards you, because you are that magical magnet of it. You are the solution that you are seeking. So you've got the strength, energy, the Seven of Wands, and the Tower. Yep. Then bricks falling down. Beautiful healing though. A lot of your inner strength growth. I want you to look at this, Scorpio. Even if you don't like where you are at the moment. If you can really see the things that you are able to deal with before, and you can be honest with yourself, and again, you don't have to like it, like where you are, but if you can see what it is that you are able to pursue through, and thinking to yourself, if this happened to me 2 or 3 years ago, 2 or 3 months ago, even 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe something really profound happened, so 2 or 3 days ago, would you have been able to keep your cool and to still be operational and whatever had this happened earlier? Because maybe the situation is here to show you your strength, to show you how strong you actually are. Because once you realize your own strength, oh baby, it's like limitations just fall away for you, you know. So yes, there is a space of transformation happening there with the Tower moment for you. But a lot of times, you know, when things are not going in the direction that we imagine that it's going to go, we make it very bad and we make it very wrong. And you want to be careful of making yourself wrong. I've been such a stupid idiot, that type of vibe. You are just a human having a human experience. And you can grow stronger through this. This opportunity is here to strengthen you. Okay? It's an opportunity to move past your limitations, your perceived limitations. Because when you realize your own capability, then you realize, you know, your strength, and then things that would have been a limitation for you before, kapoof, they're just gone, you know. Now, let's look at your current space. We've got some jumpers, we've got the Four of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Open that heart, my beauties. Open your heart, open your heart, open your heart. Because your heart is healing, and there are some things that you are becoming aware of that isn't serving your heart best. And that is the opening that you want to go about, and this is what I'm talking about. When we heal, we become aware of what it is that we're healing from. And when you become aware of what you're healing from, you can say, well, that is not an option for me. And because you become so clear about what is not an option for you, you are actually directly opening your heart to something else that is for you. Because by saying no to this, you say yes to something else. All right? So don't be afraid to open your heart. Don't be afraid to take some time to heal. Don't be afraid to become very clear about what is yes for you and what is no for you. Okay? Again, there's that whole fear of like, oh, I shouldn't say yes, I shouldn't say no to that, and I shouldn't say no to that, because if I say no, then I'm bringing a no experience into my life, and if I bring a no experience into my life, then it means that I come from a space of lack and limitation. Here's a question for you on that. If somebody's breaking into your house and, you know, they've got like a knife above your chest like this, and are you going to go like, okay, no, it's all right, You know, you love and like me, you kill me. Are you going to be like, no? And sometimes in life we have to say no to things like that. You'll be like, no. I may have chosen this from a space of knowing less, not knowing who I am, whatever, less informed. But now I'm saying no. Sometimes you got to do that. All right. Let's see what is the guidance from the universe here for you, beautiful, beautiful Scorpius. You have got the High Priestess, the Eight of Wands, and the Empress. It's time to become quiet within the self. If something isn't working, and please, Scorpio, hear me well. If something isn't working, don't try to push it to make it work. Not from a point of I must do it, not from a point of unresolved fears, not from a point of bubblegum spirituality. Yes, the opportunity presented itself. But just because it presented itself, and you can still be grateful for it, doesn't mean that you have to be a victim of it. Okay? There's something really beautiful that is coming about here for you, but it's also, it's almost like you got to learn to say no. You know, and sometimes that is part of our growth, that is part of our journey, that you have to learn to say no, because as you go into that higher potential of your life, like success and money and those sort of things, because here's the thing with money, just because you have it and somebody's asking for it doesn't mean that you have to give it to them. That's yours. You know, just because I've got this sort of like top really that I like, and I maybe got a couple of them, and somebody says, hey Adrian, I really like that, can I have it? I'm going to say no, because I don't want to give it to you. Well, this was a gift, but still, I'm going to say no, I don't want to give it to you. It's mine, you know? And it doesn't have to be a low vibing thing. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. It doesn't have to be a thing of you going into the dark side, blah, 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 blah. It's, you know, the thing to remember is that we are moving into a different space of life. And I'm not saying that those teachings are wrong. What I'm saying is that we are living in a time where the world is different. So things that were very applicable 35 and 40 years ago are less applicable now because the world is different, you know. In the same way that, you know, there's probably electricity sort of everywhere. So, you know, maybe 100 years ago, candles were a definite necessity. Not so much anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that the candle or the electricity is wrong. Times have just changed. Let's see what the universe has got for you, my beauties, apart from that promised success that's coming there for you. Because I feel promised success, you know, despite doubt, despite fear, despite your fear. Message from the universe, you have got the Seven of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Lover's energy. It's about finding your own light, and even possibly finding love with another, or rekindling a connection that was past. But really rekindling broken ties. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So that's what I got for you, Scorpio. I hope that that helps. If it resonates with you, I'd really appreciate you liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I'll see you next time. Bye.